What's that? A Friday video, and that's right, because Wizards of the Coast has invited me to be an ambassador for Lorwyn Eclipsed, which is probably the most exciting set this year in my opinion. It's got a lot of really cool old school feel to it. It's got fairies, it's got goblins, it's got good stuff, and it's got, shocklands, so I'm super into that. As I said, they sent me some product which we were going to use to make some videos, and the first video I want to make is opening a collector booster box. I got a lot of feedback from the first one that they did for Edge of Eternities, so we're definitely going to get up close and personal, and probably slow it down a little bit so people get to clutch the card arts and, just have a bit more of a nice atmosphere to it. So let's get into this. Got my trusty hobby knife, and we will crack this guy open. All right, first up, we have a Stoic Grove Guide. This is an elf druid with an activated ability and 5/4 for 5.
Stop.
Oh my goodness, I love the changelings in this set. Changeling Wayfarer, look at that little guy, cute little amoeboid. Unforgiving Aim, a really, really nice modal card. I'm really enjoying how a lot of cards have more than one thing to do. Flamekin Guildweaver, when it enters, create a treasure. Treasure is pretty much one of the strongest mechanics in Magic, I think, at this point. And yeah, it doesn't even come tapped, so that's pretty sweet. Tend the Springs. Search your library for a basic land card, put it battlefield tapped, then you control 7. Oh, okay, so it's kind of like a variant of Kadama's Reach and Cultivate, where instead of, getting an extra land to hand, you might get a 3/4 on the battlefield. Nameless Inversion. We've seen this card before. This is just good removal with Changeling. Prisma Basher. Trample and Vivid. Ooh, Vivid's back. Love it. Look at that. Gorgeous card. Eclipsed Marrow. Merfolk. When this creature enters, look at your top 4. Okay. Reveal a Merfolk Plains or Island card. Nice. It's not bad for triple crib swap. Look at that. Love it. So cute. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Wow. I think I'm becoming increasingly excited about basics being like my favorite thing. Well, we started off right with Eridu, Carrier of Dawn. And the flip side is Islu, Carrier of Twilight, which is really, really, they're fun elementals. Love them. We have a Extended Art Impulsivity, which is one of the commander cards. It's got Encore. Pretty cool. Ooh, beautiful. This is one of the double-sided fetch lands with Blood Crypt being on both sides. Love that. Tristan Callous Cultivator. This is again another flip card. We got a lot of them. And he becomes the Penitent Color, which is he transforms. You may mill 3, exile an elf card from your graveyard, deal 2, and you can keep flipping them back and forth in your main phase, which is kind of a fun mechanic. I really love the art style. Larry McDougall has just really captured what I think is that old school, cool Magic fantasy style. Ooh, wow, okay, we have this special guest Foil Devoted Druid. I love this. It's like, I think someone compared it to like cardboard cutouts, where you get like the layering effect, and it's very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. And we have a zombie. Very cool. On the other side is a snake with Death Touch. I'm pretty sure packs are supposed to come with tear lines to help take them out, but I could not be bothered to find that. Brambleback Brute. Giants are one of the more prevalent creature types in this set. You get to remove a counter from a creature, and target creature can't block, activate only the sorcery. So this works really well with Blight, which is one of the main mechanics of the set, so that's kind of cool. Stratosorer, another elemental. When he enters, gains flying, with basic land cycling attached to it, which is pretty sweet. This could be a popper card, maybe not. I'm not super into that format, so I don't know, but I do know that like cards like Ash Barrens are very, very strong. Silvergill Peddler. When this creature becomes tapped, draw a card, then discard a card. So we got a loot type effect on a Merfolk when it attacks, basically, or with like Springleaf Drum, which is in the set. Very cool, very good. Bogart Prankster Goblin. Whenever you attack, target attacking goblin you control gets +1/+0. Sweet. You don't even have to attack with this one, so that's kind of nice. It just triggers as you attack. And the art is beautiful. I love Karl Kopinski. Excuse me. Oh wow, look at the runes on these. That's really cool. A Scarblade Scout. Lifelink. When he enters, mill 2. Awesome. Flock Imposter, changeling with flash and flying, and when it enters, return up to 1. Oh, it's one of the bounce guys. Sweet. Pyrrhic Strike. So an additional cost to this cast a spell you may blight to, which is nice. And if you do, you can choose both instead of just one, which is destroy target artifact or enchantment, or destroy a large creature. That's not bad. Modal cards, again, like I said, always kind of nice to have two different things. Impolite Entrance. Target creature gains trample and haste until end turn, and draw a card. This is really good for red. It's just straight draw card for 1 red, which is fantastic. Prismatic Undercurrents. Ooh, look at that. That's beautiful. Very rainbowy, very cool. Play additional lands per turn. I like it. That's fun. Oh, yes. Another island. The first rare is Mornsong Aria, which is, I believe... Oh my goodness, I can't remember the name of her. Oh, Marilyn, I think it is. But it's the one where basically your opponents can't draw and they have to tutor on their upkeeps. It's really cool. It's basically the same thing, but on an enchantment. That's legendary. Wickersmith Tools. This is an extended art commander card. Whenever you put one over. Okay, nice. Cool. Scarecrows works well with the Reaper King, or the Reaper King No More. Ooh, Taster of Wares. Goblin, love it. Target opponent reveals X cards, or X the number of goblins you control. Woo! Slumbering Walker. I don't know why this doesn't come in with Blight specifically, but it's basically the same thing, although I think Blight you can choose what you put it onto, whereas this you have to. Oh, that's cool. It's like a Sun Titan effect. Heat Shimmer. Oh my goodness, we're getting a lot of these special guest cards. Awesome. Create a token that's a copy of target creature, except it has haste and exile at the beginning of the end step. And we have a Saproling. And, ooh, goodness. That's a gorgeous Scarecrow. Well, hopefully the feedback is more in line with what people are looking for. This is a Vile Bogart, another Goblin Assassin. When it dies, put a counter on a creature. Nice. Reluctant Doomguard, I think it is. Again, it enters with counters, and it does stuff when another creature enters. Yeah, so it just gets bigger as you play more creatures, basically. Crossroads Watcher, Kitkin Ranger. Okay, cool. This works really well with tokens. Like an Avenger of Zendikar that comes out, this could get really big really easily for only 3 mana. Glamourmite. Ooh. When this creature enters... So this is very much like Pestermite? Interesting. Interesting. 3 mana for a 2/2. Tap target creature, untap target creature. Yeah, nice. Doesn't even have to be cast, so that's great. Wild Vine Pummeler. Giant Berserker. Costs 1 less. Wow, you can cast this for basically 2 mana? That's wild. I mean, you have to play 5 colors, but I mean, it's not that bad. Sizzling Changeling. This one's kind of fun. I think this is like pseudo card advantage, plus like look at the little flaming hat. Love it. Cute. Creekwood Saferight, another elf warrior. Again, it enters counters on your end step. Yep, nice. Thoughtweft Imbuer. When it attacks, so this feels very much like Exalted, but Kithkin. Wanderwind Farewell. Convoke with Kindred Sorcery. Nice. You can bounce stuff. You get a Merfolk. Ooh, wow. You're gonna hear me saying wow a lot about the basics, because, like, honestly, gosh, those are gorgeous. Winnowing Convoke. For each player, you may choose a creature that player controls. Okay, so this is like a variant of, I don't want to say Damning Verdict, but there's a couple cards like this, and Convoke is pretty sweet since you can reduce the cost of it to basically nothing. That's nice. Anti-Ool Curse Wretch. So this is the alternate... No, this is the main one, actually. Sorry, excuse me. This is the main commander from the Jund one, but not foil. Dawnhand Dissident. Blight 1, Surveil 1. Blight 2. Okay, this is giving off Deathrite Shaman vibes, where it has basically multiple abilities. Pretty cool. Aurora Awakener, 6 mana. When this creature enters, reveal cards on the top of your library until you reveal X permanents, where X is the number of colors of permanents you control. Woo! Get to put them on the battlefield. Oh my goodness. And it enters too, so you can Birthing Pod into this. That's spicy. Ooh, wow. Tristan's Command, gorgeous. I love the framing. That's so nice. Create a token that's a copy of an elf, return up to 1 or 2 target permanent from your hand, destroy target creature or enchantment. I guess the only downside to this, I think, is probably the fact that it's a sorcery. But even then, it's a lot of value. Elk, because Oko's in the set. And the Mutavault token, that's so cool. I'm sure at this point everyone has probably seen the creature that makes them. This is gorgeous. That's so nice. Bog Slither Embrace. Sorcery, you can blight or pay 3, exile a creature. Nice. Dawn's Light Archer. Just one of your generic elf archers with reach. And it's got flash too, which is kind of fun to ambush, which I guess makes sense. Forging Wickermaw. We've got our Scarecrow. I think this is the first one we revealed so far that isn't a legendary. Add 1 mana of any color, and this creature becomes that color until end of turn. That's kind of cool. And it surveils 1 as it comes in. Dawnhand Eulogist. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at the purples. Whoa. And there's also a little bit of foiling. I don't know if you can see it on the crown. That's really nice. Blossom Bind. Oh, my goodness. I'm gonna keep saying it. The art for this set is surreal. Absolutely gorgeous. Eclipsed Elf. Even this, like, the alternate arts I find for me, at least, are hit or miss. And these are so storybook, kind of like fantasy-esque. I just dig it. It's very much Dark Crystal meets Magic. It's super fun. Personify. Exile target creature you control, then return that creature to the battlefield. Okay, so this is like, I don't want to say it's an Ephemerate, because Ephemerate's so good, but this basically is one of those blink effects, and you get a shape-shifting colorless changeling, which is sweet. Giant Fall again, another nice modal spell where you deal damage. Target creature you control deals damage to its power. Wow, okay, so it's almost like a fight, but one-sided with Destroy Artifact attached to it. Cool. Glistener Bairn. This is the cycle of those, where these little cute guys wearing costumes. Oof. We'll leave this one here and that one there, then wait and see who comes to share. Love it. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that. I feel like I'm like that double rainbow guy right now. Oh my goodness. Catharsis. Sweet. These are the fixed versions, I find, of the elementals after dealing with grief and fury in Modern for so long. Probably for the best. Abundant Countryside. This is again full art, or the extended art of the Commander card. Sapling Nursery. Oh my goodness. This is giving off that alternate art Secret Lair Karn vibes, where he's just a tree chilling. Affinity for Forest is huge, and then getting subsequent 3/4s afterwards is, oh, that's so good. An extended art Morn Song Aria. Ooh. That's nice. Full art Twilight Diviner. Surveil 2 as it comes in. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control enter, if they entered or were cast from a graveyard, create a token that's a copy of one of them. This ability triggers only once per turn. My goodness, Reanimator is gonna love this. Oh, a Rhino Warrior. Very cool. And your Elemental, which is basically the same as the one from, not Gatecrash, but I think everyone knows what I mean, I hope. We're down to 7 packs after this one. Safe Right Cavalry, an elf warrior that can't be blocked by more than one creature, and it's got a mana dump to pump in, so this is probably a pretty decent limited card if you're running elves, or any kind of synergistic elves. Bone Club Berserker. This creature gets +2. Wow, okay, this feels like a goblin, not lackey, pile driver. This is like a goblin pile driver, but for 4 mana, which I guess makes a lot more mana. Makes a lot more sense considering the ability attached to it. Surly Farrier. Target creature control gets +1/+0 vigilance. Ooh, not bad. Tributary Vaulter. Merfolk Warrior, nice. Kolrath Mystic. Whenever you cast a spell with mana 4 or greater, this creature gets +2/+0 and vigilance. Nice, that's a really sweet late game card. Pitiless Fists. Chant creature you control. When this aura enters, it fights. And it gets +2/+2. Okay, nice. Warren Torchmaster. Beat in combat, you may blight 1. When you do, target creature gains haste until the end of turn. That's super sweet. I could put this probably in Krenko very easily as a haste enabler. Moonlit Lamenter, a tree folk. Move a counter, draw a card. Nice. In white. Ooh. Lofty Dreams. Convoke. Enters draw, and it gets +2/+2 and flying. Wow. Very cool. Another beautiful mountain there. Soul Immolation. Blight X. X can be the... Yeah, that makes sense, because you can't say, like, Blight 99 when you only have one creature on the board. Deals X damage to each opponent, each creature. Ooh, that's so cool. And that's so vibrant. My goodness. Elemental Spectacle. So number of permanents. Oh, cool. Could gain life. Sig's Command. Sorcery Speed. They're very similar. They all have, like, that kind of, like, make a token copy of the creature type. Draw a card, tap creature. Nice. Ooh. The full art catharsis. My goodness, excuse me. I swear I speak English. And Dream Harvest. Each opponent exiles from the top of their library until they have exiled cards with mana value 5 or greater this way. Ooh! So they get hit like a 4 and then a 7, and you get to cast... Until you may cast cards exiled this way. I guess for 7 mana that makes perfect sense. That's spicy. And the art series. Ooh! It's like an anglerfish kind of thing. Keep Out, which sounds like a Jordan Peele movie. Very cool. Chitinous Grassblade, Shapeshifter with Reach. Cinder Strike. Deals 2, it deals 4 if you pay the additional cost, which makes sense. Wanderwine Distractor. It's a Merfolk. Gristle Glutton. Blight 1, discard a card, draw. Okay, so this is a rummage effect in a goblin body, which is pretty sweet. And you can put it on himself, because he's got a good amount of toughness for only 2 mana. That's cool. Luminolusk. Death Touch when it creatures. You gain... Okay, cool. Just some life gain attached to a Death Touch. Nice. Wonderbrine Trapper. Tap on it. Okay. So this is kind of like... You've seen a lot of variants like this with for limited, which is pretty decent, where it taps... You tap a creature of yours to tap down their stuff in their upkeep, which is nice. Pestered Wellguard. Wow. Here's the Merfolk kind of fairy synergy here, where when this comes tapped, kind of like the other Merfolk before, you get to make a fairy token. Pretty sweet. Bogart Cursecraft. Look at that. That's cool. Little, like, demon fire. Oh, wow. Whenever another goblin you control dies, this pings to each opponent. Holy crow. This is... Oh my goodness. That's a spicy card. Forest. Very nice. Kin Binding. Creatures you go... Another creature that enter the battlefield this turn. And on the beginning of your combat, you always get a 1/1. That's sweet. Again, another like very cool token strategy, synergistic stuff. Lamentation. So there's a cycle of these with the Encore, basically, I think. Destroy target creature, you gain 3 life. Nice. Reese or Rise, I don't know how you want to say it, but either way it's probably correct. Evermore, you can flash him in. Target creature gains Persist, and you can remove any number of counters from target creature you control as a sorcery, so that's kind of cool. Hero Attentive First Year. So these are one of the Strixhaven students that have accidentally fallen into Lorwyn. This is the one that kind of feels very strong, where you tap 2 untap creatures you control and copy a triggered ability. Thankfully it's only once per turn, which is, yeah, understandably so. Oh, nice. Glen Alendra Guardian. This is one of those extended, I don't know, full art frames, basically. This is the equivalent of basically Glen Alendra Archmage, but instead of it having Persist, you just remove a counter from its creature, counter target non-creature spell, and its controller draws a card. That's cool. And what's nice is he's a 3/4, so you can actually dump some of the blight onto him and get maximum value and keep doing it. Oh, look at that goblin. My goodness, you know I'm here for the goblins. And that's a cool tree folk. Very, very cool. Yeah, I said it before, I'm saying it again, and I'll keep saying it. This set, love the art, love it. Probably the set that I was the most excited for this year when they spoiled everything. Sun-Dappled Celebrant, a Tree Folk Cleric with Convoke. Nice, a good 5/6 Vigilance. Again, pretty good for limited, I'd imagine. Temporal Cleansing. Very cool. Mist Meadow Council. Okay, so this is like it's a 4-mana 4/3 that you can draw a card. It's not bad. Aquatex Defenses. Creatures get hexproof. Okay, so this is just a nice, responsive kind of like way to save a creature and kind of pump it a little bit. Barbed Bloodletter. I love these like free equip when they enter kind of things. It's pretty sweet. Gains Wither until the end of turn. Hovel Hurler, nice. With counter for this creature, another creature. Nice, he actually tosses them in the air. Very cool. I love the thought that goes into some of these abilities and how it works out. Very cool. Kindle the Inner Flame, my goodness. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control expends haste and at the beginning ends up nice and flashback. Behold is interesting. Behold is interesting. You have to bounce 3 elementals back to your hand or reveal an elemental card from your hand. So I think you must have to reveal 3 elementals or bounce 3 in order to be able to flash it back for only 2 mana, but that seems doable with tokens. Here it is, Springleaf Drum. Gorgeous. Twin Flame Travelers. This is going straight, I think, if it isn't already in the pre-con, along with the green-blue one that triggers and you get to draw or put a land into play, because these are just, woo, spicy synergy. Swamp, cute little goblin hobble going on. There's a little dude over there if you can see him. Love it. Shadow Urchin, another oof. When it attacks, Blight 1, whenever a creature with. Nice, okay. Card advantage. Dread Tiller, the Scarecrow. There's so much -1/-1 counter synergy in this, it's awesome. Rhyme Flare Torque. High Perfect Morkant. This is the one that everyone's going crazy about because of the hoof. Champion of the Klaxon. Another Kithkin Knight. Very cool. And a Kithkin token. Love it. Oh, wow. That's a cool looking elf. 4 to go. Spiral into Solitude. Can't attack, can't block. Blight 1 sacrifices or exile it as well. Ooh. So if you don't have the mana for it, you can at least stop it for a turn or 2, and then when you finally do, you can get rid of it. Nice. Evolving Wilds, as every set has to have. Beautiful art though, my goodness. I love the purple foiling. Wanderbrine Preacher. That is a terrifying looking merfolk, if I may say so. But again, very synergistic. All the merfolks seem to have tap abilities, which makes sense because a lot of their synergies work that way. Chaos Spewer enters maybe 2. If you don't, Blight 2 makes sense because it's a 3. It'd be a 3/2 or a 5/4. Nice. Flame Chain Mauler. Just a good mana dump for a 2/2. Perfect Intimidation. Or is it Prefect? No, it's Perfect. Prefect would be P-R-E-F. Choose one or both. Target opponent exiles 2 cards. Oh, it's 4 mana. Remove all counters from target creature you control. Not bad. Kith Keeper. When it enters, create X, where X is the number of color permanent, so the most you'll ever make is 5. But the activated ability is pretty sweet for only tapping 3 creatures. Sourbread Auntie. This is the one that I was excited about, and I think is going to go really well in the flip goblin commander, because you can keep bringing her back and making goblins and then blighting 2, and then yeah, that's pretty sweet. Eclipsed Kithkin. Look at the size of those binoculars, my goodness. Enters, look at the top 4, you can reveal. Okay, so this is the equivalent of the merfolk one we saw before, but it's actually cheaper, which is interesting. I would have thought that they'd be all the same cost, but look at beautiful planes. Collective Inferno. Awesome. Those cool looking elementals going on there. Definitely something I'm planning to put in the pre-con. Springleaf Parade. When it enters, create X/1/1 shapeshifter creature tokens with Changeling. Creature tokens you control have tap. Add 1 mana of any color. So this is good just to even cast for green-green if you're playing a heavy token-based deck. We've got Kin Binding, which we've seen before, but this is the different art. This is already kind of like Grimdark a little bit with these guys. They're like really, I don't know. We've got a Hollowed Fountain. We've got a special card behind there, so I'm just going to pull that back for a second. But yeah, look at that. Oh, wow. I would love one of these in foil. My goodness. So the special card is pretty thematic, and it is a, I think it's a, these are called Fracture Foils. Meek Attack. You know I love me some goblins, and total power 5 or less on the battlefield. Exile. Oh, yeah, sacrifice it. It's basically sneak attack, but with more caveats. That's really, really fun. Look at that. And we have an art card, which I already saw it. It's the same guy as before, but he's got a little stamp now. Bone Glove Extractor. Another elf warrior. When this creature attacks, you draw a card. Wow. Okay, cool. It's a 2/1 as well. Like that. Liminal Hold. Prideful Feastling. Oh, nice. Love it. Dream Caesar. Unexpected Assistance. I love Convoke. This feels really, really strong. I think this will be quite nice. And it's a common, so that could be Pauper. I don't know. That's interesting. Dawned Blessed Pennant. You have to choose one of the main creature types. Whenever a permanent controller enters, you gain 1 life. Sacrifice it, return target card of chosen type from your graveyard. And specifically chosen type, so it can be the kindred kind of spells that have the creature type as well. An Eclipsed Boggart. So there again. So this is like the Merfolk. The Merfolk was 3, but the Kithkin was 2. Omni Change. You gotta always have a funky looking shapeshifter. This is Convoke and a token. Oh my goodness, this is a clone. Oh, that is so cool. Love it. Seer, not bad. 4 mana to a creature or planeswalker. Island, whoa, that was embarrassing. That's a nice island. Got some cool swimming merfolk there. Grub's Command. That's a strong second ability. Yeah, that's not bad. They're all pretty good, actually. What am I saying? Oft-Nabbed Goat, which is Pleasant Kenobi Vince's favorite card so far. And I have to agree with him. It's just a fun card. It draws, it plays politics, does all kinds of cool stuff. Figure of Fable. This is one of those avatar cards where basically it gets bigger and bigger as the more you dump it in. Not bad. Spinerock Tyrant. My goodness, look at that. Gorgeous dragon. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell with a single target, you may copy it. People were saying that this with Jessica's Will is going to be particularly spicy, which makes sense. I mean, it's a 5 mana 6/6 with Flying and Wither. That's awesome. Oh boy. This is the card everyone's going bananas for, and understandably so. This is like the Spider-Punk of the set, basically. Spells can't be countered. You have to pay 2 life to target him. Spells you control can't be countered. And other creatures you control have ward 2, pay 2 life. That's a lot for a 2/2 for only 2 mana, and that's a gorgeous foil. Love the art. And the token is a Kithkin and a beautiful treasure. All right. So far, I'm pretty hyped about the dual-sided Shocklands. I think the Meek attack is really cool. I think that Hexing Sculpture is really sweet. Definitely something I plan on putting in some decks I'm building. Summit Sentinel. Riverguard's Reflex. Okay, it's an untap. Okay, we've seen lots of variants like this before. Enraged Flamecaster. This is sweet. Whenever you cast a spell with 4 mana or greater, this deals 2 to each opponent. That's super easy to achieve in Commander and also limited. Like late game, this is spicy. Anti-Sentence. Also sad. Stop whining, elf. The rest of us can see that it's perfectly fair. Target shoots -2. Nice. A Timid Shield Bearer. A Shine Striker. Spell Snares back. Very cool. These were, when I first started playing Modern, these were like, I think $15 or something like that. Canadian at least. They were very strong because it hit Tarmogoyf and a bunch of really relevant spells like Snapcaster Mage and other stuff. I know Modern has changed heavily since then, but still cool to see. Goat Nap. My goodness. Specifically, if it's a goat, it gets +3/+0 until end of turn. So this works really well with Changelings, obviously, but very cool. Giant stealing a goat. Illusion Spinners. Cast a spell so at Flash, View of Fairy. It's hexproof as long as it's untapped. Nice. Ooh, that's a cool looking forest. like a big tree house kind of thing. My goodness, I love these. Might be my favorite basics so far for a long time. There's like this kind of like crescent moon in the background there. Scuzzback Scrounger. Beginning of your first main phase, you may blight 1. If you do, create a treasure. That's very, very easy. I don't know, there seems to be a bit of wear and tear down there, unfortunately. That's a bummer. Theraphor Young Yu. Enters, create a number of green sapling tokens equal to the number of counters among creatures target player controls. And just a straight tap, double them on target creature. Awesome. Lava Leaper. All creatures have haste, and whenever a player taps a basic land for mana, that player adds 1 mana of any type that land produced. So that's like Mana Flare slapped onto Mass Hysteria, basically, which is kind of cool. I like that. I like the art too, like the volcanoes and bunnies. Oh, wow. Overgrown Tomb. Oh, goodness. Okay, we got lucky. So we're just going to go Overgrown Tomb and Temple Garden in foil. I don't know. I don't want to be negative, but I find the backside, the dark side, or the moon side, I guess, significantly more beautiful. Although both sides, in theory, have their merits, but wow, we were very, very fortunate. And the last card is an art card, Kulrath Zealot. When it enters, exile the top card of your library. You can play it until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. Nice! 6 mana, but it's got basic land cycling. So this is kind of like the thing you're seeing a lot of, what was it, the Trolls of the Lord of the Rings card, where it's basically you like land cycle it and then you get a value as it comes back in, which is pretty sweet. Mischievous Sneakling. Goodness, look at that guy. He's up to no good. Blight Rot. 4 -1 counters on creature for only 3. Too shabby. Gangly Stoplight. Oh, I love shapeshifters and changelings. They're so cool. Great Forest Druid. Okay, not bad. 0/4 for 2 mana that taps for 1 mana of any color. I can get behind that. Kinsbale Aspirant. This is one of the Behold cards. Oh, interest. Yes. You get another kind of like token synergistic card with the Kingpin again. Bristlebane Outrider. Boulder Ash. It's just a fun thing to say. Gathering Stone. As this artifact enters, chooses a creature type. Spells you cast with the creature. It's 1 less to cast. Nice. When it's entered. Wow. This is like a variant of Herald's Horn, I think. But 4 mana, not bad. Another beautiful island. Champion of the Weird, which, you know, I'm all about that. Additional cost, behold a goblin in exile. And exile it. Woof. Pay 1 blight 2, target opponent blights 2. Activate as a search only. When this creature leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card. Okay, well, that makes more sense now. But it's a 5/5 for 4. Pretty good upside. Belonging, we're pretty much going through almost the entire cycle of these guys. Gloom Ripper. That's cool. Look at the armor on that guy. What's this? Champion of Klaken. Clack? I think it's Klaken, but maybe I'm wrong. Let me comment in below if I said it wrong. Another Aurora Awakener. I think they're telling me something. He's got beautiful foil on him too. Very rainbowy, because all the little, like, I'm gonna call them vines. We're gonna call them vines. We're not gonna call them anything else. We're gonna call them vines. Shooting out of his hands. Ooh, wow. A new token. Is this new? I think it must be. That's gorgeous. Oh, it's the commander one too. And a scarecrow. Alright friends, we're on the last one. Thank you for sitting with me through this. Hopefully it is a more enjoyable experience than the Edge of Eternities one, since we are much more up close and personal. And let me know what you think. We'll try and do it differently if you prefer it next time. Feed the Flames. 4 mana deal 5 and exile it instead. That's a lot. Blighted Blackthorn. Furdok Core. This is a changeling. That's cool. Kindred Artifact. That's a lot of fun. I love this kind of like crescent. That's so neat. Burning Curiosity. Exile the top 2. If spell's additional cost, exile the top 3 until the end of your next turn. So that's nice. You get to keep them around for a little while. Not bad. Midnight Tilling. Okay, there's been a couple of these types of variants where you mill cards, then you can put a permanent from among them back into your hand. Helps fill up your graveyard. Keeps the card that you want the most as long as you're not playing a spell-heavy deck. Pretty sweet. Unbury. Okay, that's a thing. Leave it to the goblins to get a little bit, or bogarts to get a little bit weird. Gut Splitter Gang. Nice. Okay, it's a 6/6 for 4 that you have to blight or you start losing life. In either case, I think you're probably okay. This is a pretty good beater. Voracious Tome Skimmer. Whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's life, you may pay 1 life. Wow. I think this was just spoiled yesterday. This is a lot. This is a lot, and it's also triple symbols, so you get really decent activations out of Nykthos with this. Yeah, that's nice. Dose of Dawnglow. Ooh, look at that Kithkin Fort. That's so cool. I think there's like fire around it. It's like a fiery moat. Nice. Formidable Speaker. This is the invitation card, I believe, and it's basically an activation, well, not an activation, ETB of Fauna Shaman, plus you get to untap a permanent, which is really nice. Sodden Verdure, which is one of these cycles that we're helping to finish, which is it comes in tapped unless you control 2 more basic lands, but for the blue and green. Here is a different style art of the Glen Alendra Guardian, which is a very fun card. And it's 3 mana. I thought it was for 4 for some reason, but that's even better. And a Celestial Reunion. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may choose a creature type and behold 2 creatures of that type. Search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. If this spell's additional cost was paid, and the revealed card is chosen type, put that card into the battlefield. So this works just super well with any kind of Kindred deck. I can see Elves playing this really easily. I could see the Elementals playing it easily. There's a lot of decks that could run this quite simply. And Champions of the Perfect. It's an additional cost. Behold and exile it. Whenever you cast a creature spell, can't draw. What? Nice for 6 mana. Wow, awesome. And one of my very favorite arts from the set. That's an art card. I believe it's Evian Fong. Yeah, Evian Fong did this. This is gorgeous. I love this. I was very pleased to get this in foil. This is absolutely stunning stuff. But yeah, thanks for everyone for joining me for this Lorwyn Eclipsed Collector Booster Box opening. It was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. And look forward to some gameplays coming out with a lot of new Legendaries from the set. It's going to be awesome. I'm really, really excited about this set.